Everyday heroes.
The Community Legends returns on ChannelOne television. I am Umaru Sandamado. We are focusing today on a man who is building a community, literally. This gentleman is operating from an area known as Sambuli in Ghana's northern region. He's building schools, he's building health infrastructure and more. That is the story of John Kwabena that we want to focus on today. He is one of 10 people who have been shortlisted for the Community Legends, and we want to celebrate him today. He says the government has to do the work, but before the government does, if he can help, he will go ahead and do. And that is exactly what he's building, bit by bit, brick by brick, layer by layer. In Sambuli in the northern region, Progress has a builder, John Kwabena. Driven by deep commitment to his community, he has transformed bold ideas into lasting solutions. From constructing a 3-unit classroom block that gives children a better place to learn, to building a maternity block for the Sambuli clinic that protects mothers and newborns, his impact is tangible. But his work goes even further. John has supplied library books and furniture to support education, built a community center that brings people together, and restored vital water systems to improve daily life. His legacy is not written in speeches. It stands in concrete, steel, and opportunity. For the people of Sambuli, John Kwabena is building more than structures. He's building a future.
In our language, we have it that wherever you travel to, home is home. Traveled a lot, and I have seen so many good things happening elsewhere. And I think that the same good things happen in our community. So whatever good I found elsewhere, I wanted to have it in our community. But I think that we should not run away from problems. We should confront them. You know, some of the reasons are that times when you try championing issues in the communities, people give you names. People even say a lot of things about you. But if you want to focus on those negative things, you can never make a progress. Yes, I do make frequent visits to the school. And I realized that at the time that we needed to expand the school was when a classroom contained 105 students. Realized that it was a big problem. And that was the time the country faced, not only Ghana, but that was the time there was COVID-19 in the system.
I don't know how to even express myself. As you can see, the old block was built in the olden days. The roofing is not high. From 10 o'clock going, when you are inside, you just be sweating. But because they have put in the new one, we are enjoying them. We have both marker board and we have the chalkboard. Whichever one is available, we switch to that one. Attached is the library. Because there are no teachers, sometimes I have to engage the students to enter the library, then we do research and do self-learning.
Looking at the situation at then and the number of students contained in the classroom, I realized there was the need for something to be done. So I organized my people and told them that for our own sake, let's mobilize resources and then put up another block for the junior high school so that we can decongest the old block.
There is another new edifice, which is a toilet facility. It's a 6-seater toilet facility. 12-seater toilet facility. And if you check in this 21st century, many of us are still using the olden days toilet. In this case, I mean, when you go to such a toilet like this, it is not all that environmentally friendly. You go to sit there, then you are exposed to a lot of diseases in a way, though the new one too, when not properly put into use, we can equal contract same. But with the invention of this particular new one, we've realized that the community seems to be in a way bit elevated. Aside that, the cholera cases, of which I perceive to have been rising now within the students. Since we've started using this one, we've not heard anybody complaining, because when you sit on it, you flash, then the flies, as they used to visit the old one, now they don't have that particular opportunity to visit it as it was. So we say a very big thank you to the donor.
Maternal healthcare here has been a problem in the past. Minor issues like a woman in labor that needed small cesarean surgery. They have to transport the person from here to Saboba or even to Yendi. And looking at the nature of the road, some end up losing either the baby or even the mother herself. So at the point that we completed the junior high school block, and then we were commissioning it, we invited the bishop of the diocese to this place. So at the meeting ground, the nurse in charge, who is also a reverend sister, approached and said if we could help get support from the community initiatives to get them a small maternity block, so that when they have such issues, they will not risk transporting the people to Saboba or to Yendi. So that was how the whole thing started. Then we got small funding then. That wasn't much. So the diocese said they have the intention to expand the clinic to a polyclinic, looking at the catchment area of the clinic here, for many communities access healthcare here, including communities from Togo like Posa, Chal, Kunganu, Benmal, all these areas, Kucha, Butui, they are all across the river. They access healthcare here. So the small money that we as a community had then couldn't have done this project. So they promised that wherever we end, we'll continue. And that has brought this far. So we started with our own initiatives. What we started with the foundation up to the superstructure. Then they also came in, did the roofing and the painting.
The way he has helped us and donated the building, we can see that we are now fine. If the girls were going to feed themselves, if they did not go to the bush, the old facility was not good for them to use when throwing the things inside. So when he donated the new facility for us, I can now see that it helped us a lot, and then we used to free ourselves. And I've gotten the opportunity to thank him well. We were supposed to have more madams where if you are worrying with a problem, you can go and consult.
For Mr. Kwabena is a citizen of this community. He's helpful a lot. If he's in electrical, I will call him a live wire. And comparing him to a tree, I will call him the root, the tap root, because he does a lot for the community. He writes proposals, and whatever is given to him and demanding to do what, he will make sure he manage the resources and do what is expected. So for him, I don't know how to describe this Mr. Kwabena, my brother.
I will not be fair if I say it is a single-handed initiative, because I initiated, but I get support from the community. But without the community, I can't function.
When the funds come, then he directs us what to do. If they need
human resource to use our sons. Then he tell us, then I will help, the assemblyman will help, then we inform the people, then we will do what is expected so that the project will come to fruition.
I think this is the first in history I have ever seen. I have not seen a project like this in a community which is being initiated and completed by the community members themselves. So I'm so glad for the new project, and I'm so happy to say thank you to the donors.
The donation from Ms. Akoma has helped us a lot, because as a man, when you are going to a fight, you need to send out of. As we were here, there was no lab, and we do a lot to suffer. Because of that, we were not having teachers, and as the teachers were not there, we need to have learning and teaching material. As the donate us this lab, it is not useful, because if there's no teachers, we go there and learn on our own.
This particular building has been able to house the two classes, which is Block A and Block B. This alone, I can say, we thank the donor for taking the concerns of the community to his heart.
I think that government cannot do all. Can also support my community in one way or the other. Why don't I do that? Our children now have access to education. They have access to books. They have furniture in the school, and this will promote teaching and learning. It's not easy serving your people, knowing very well that you are not getting any monetary gain from it.
True leadership is building projects that cannot be erased by time, and that is what John has been doing in his community, brick by brick and wall by wall, putting structures not only in education but also in health. That has been our community legend for today. I am Umaru Sandamadu.
Community Legends, celebrating everyday heroes. Community Legends, celebrating everyday heroes.
Hello there, welcome to ChannelOne Television. This is Community Legend, a platform that identifies and recognizes individuals who are doing, exceptionally well in their various fields with the little resources that they have. Now, after several weeks of opening nominations, these 10 individuals have been identified to be the ones doing something exceptionally great. Today, we are taking you to the Central Region, precisely the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. Dr. Emanuela Amwako is doing something great. We'll have a conversation with her. Stay with us. I am Makosia Otre. This is Community Legend. At Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, she is more than a doctor. She is hope in a white coat. Dr. Emanuela Amwako, whose passion is helping children battling cancer, surviving against the odds. Every diagnosis carries fear. Every treatment carries uncertainty. But through her dedication, children and families find strength where despair once lived. Where others see statistics, she sees sons and daughters. Where others see a difficult case, she sees a life worth fighting for.
I'm Emanuela Amwako, and I'm a paediatric oncologist, and I lead the paediatric oncologist team at the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. I started my work as a young doctor. I first came to Cape Coast and I worked here as an intern, and it was quite interesting. Subsequently went to school, but decided to come back, and it was always because of service and impact. Now, Cape Coast seems so close to Accra, where people can travel, but the people who come to the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital are from Western North. And so when I was done with my training in pediatric oncology, I decided to come back to have that impact back here in the Central region, but also serve in the Western and Western North regions, because I noticed that most of my patients were from Hafasin, Ikwe. They have to make a 9-hour journey to Accra if we didn't provide a service here. I've been a doctor for a total of 14 years, a pediatrician for a total of, I think, 9, and then a pediatric oncologist for 2 years. I always say pediatrics sort of called me. I remember as a young doctor, I always wanted to be a surgeon. And one day I witnessed how it was easy as someone who sees adult patients to judge them. And I didn't think it was fair to judge people even if they came late to hospital. And I felt like seeing children would mean that having to do everything for them without even thinking, right? So the one way of seeing the most vulnerable in society without judging them, even if their parents brought them late, you knew that it wasn't their fault. You had to drop everything to see them. That pushed me to do pediatrics. Pediatric oncology, I developed the love for it when I was training as a pediatrician. I saw children who came into the ward with cancers, and some of them went out, and yes, of course, some of them died. But I also learned that in other places, when they are well taken care of, up to 80% to 90% survive. And what I learned was the workforce in Ghana was almost non-existent. We had very few pediatric oncologists at the time in the country, so I decided to join that workforce to provide service.
I'm Dr. Labeshe Abraham about from Richmond, Bedu, Wenya, Yerba Kakra, Damier Bensunani as an Yerban of friend leukemia, blood cancer. The Mukono, Mofadam Bishe, Dr. Ella, I want a betting. Oh, says ya, Demarcado Dr. Ella, 100% to Santa Mabano, Mazanabano. Now, Kofumpaka on ye. But a Fazina Dr. Ella Banning Channel. Says I'm a cushion and many Mabano, says ya no WhatsApp. The treatment was a man who say very good.
It's also interesting to see how children are able to turn around. You see them coming quite ill, and you start your treatment and they jump up and they are running the next minute. It's actually very different from seeing adults. Myself as an adult, when I'm sick, I want the whole world to pause. But a child doesn't lie. They are sick today, you start treatment, they are running around the next day. I think for me that was very beautiful to see. There are days when you cry, you hold hands, you talk, you know you have to break bad news, and then you remember that you need to move on because the next child does not wait. It's not the easiest thing to do. We are human, and the day I stop crying is the day I know I shouldn't be working again, because it will mean that I've lost that humanity. As human, I cry. There are days that I complain that I don't want to do this again. My patient who you've interviewed knows that I threaten him that I'm not going to see the child again sometimes, because sometimes it's really overwhelming. But you know that they don't have anywhere else to go. If they had to leave Cape Coast to go to Accra, they have to make the journey. It's not the easiest thing to do.
I'm not very surprised Ella has been nominated for this great thing. We all know how hardworking she is. We all know how devoted she is. We all know how dedicated she is to our patient. No matter where Ella is, she comes to run her clinic, irrespective of whether she just came back from overseas or whatever. She goes out of her way anytime, any day to come and do it. She's the only pediatric oncologist in Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, clearly meaning that she doesn't have an off day. She doesn't even go on leave, because when she goes on leave, she's going to take care of the cancer patients.
He helps the ward in all the logistics that we need in managing the case, to the extent of contributing. Sometimes you tell him, this one we are in need of money. Say wait, he will come back, give you money to buy the medication item needed to achieve your task. When the ward lack anything, when we move around the ward, a lot of things done by Dr. Ella, you see her names being written alongside.
I established a care center here in Cape Coast, and so far in 2019, November 2019, I actually remember the day the first patient came, and we've seen a total of 200, actually above 200 cases. The biggest stumbling blocks right now is the fact that we don't have a unit specifically for children with cancer. Our patients are being managed on the general pediatric ward, and the general pediatric ward means that you have children who have all sorts of diseases as well on the ward. Now, in the past week, we've had about, say, 8 children who have come with cancers and have to lie on these beds, across from children who have infectious diseases. Now, when we give the children with cancer chemotherapy or some treatment, their immune system goes really low, right? And then they are in the same environment as these children who have infections, and so it puts them at risk of getting these infections and also prolongs their stay in hospital. We are hoping to establish a center of excellence at the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. We are hoping to receive children from Western North, Central, and parts of the Ashanti region. We are hoping to be that beacon of hope that the children can receive cure here in the Central region. We are hoping that we would also have a training center because it's not just about treating people, but we would use the opportunity to train the next generation of pediatric oncologists, of pediatric oncology nurses and pharmacists. And yeah, we are hoping to show the world what we have right here in Cape Coast. Again, is the knowledge that you can do something in a place where almost nothing is available. Most of the times you want to give up, you carry the load, you're advocating, you're shouting, you're making so much noise and you don't think people hear. You also take on your duty diligently and do what you know that is right for your patients, because that's what you're supposed to do, right? That's who I am. But having understanding that people actually watch and when given the opportunity can highlight what you've done for them is quite heartwarming.
These are the stories that have impacted lives and continue to shape the society. Now, individuals like Dr. Emanuela Amoako at the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital in the Central Region is creating opportunity where it matters most, and that is only on ChannelOne TV's Community Legend. I'm Akosia Ochi. Many thanks for watching.
Community Legends. Celebrate. Community Legends. Celebrating everyday heroes.
Across Ghana, ordinary people are doing extraordinary things, changing lives, transforming communities, and inspiring hope where it is needed most. From healthcare and education to youth empowerment, environmental advocacy, and community development, these remarkable individuals have become true agents of change. Here is a summary of the top 10 Community Legends nominees on ChannelOne TV. From the Central Region, Dr. Emanuela Amoako stands as a beacon of hope for children battling cancer at Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, offering life-saving care and renewed confidence to families facing their darkest moments.
I always say pediatrics sort of called me. I remember as a young doctor, I always wanted to be a surgeon. And one day I witnessed how it was easy as someone who sees adult patients to judge them. And I didn't think it was fair to judge people even if they came late to hospital. And I felt like seeing children would mean that having to do everything for them without even thinking, right?
Still in the Central Region, Daisy Mina Enchi is changing lives through the Gold Coast Literacy Foundation, awarding scholarships, supporting teenage mothers, and transforming neglected schools and libraries into centers of learning.
I found my non-profit by myself. Somehow, yeah.
That's actually what I was going to ask.
I'm always working like a boss.
So you use your own money to do this?
Yes.
Moving to the Western North region, Teacher Amwako is promoting literacy through reading initiatives, educational competitions, and financial support for needy students, ensuring that no child is denied an education because of poverty.
People that have started school with, they all fall out because we are not having access to books, we are not having access to libraries, so most of them fall out. So after I was able to survive, pass through that hard problem, started getting to university, I decided to start a foundation.
In the Ashanti region, Madam Bridget Prempe is uplifting widows, supporting vulnerable children, and providing educational and healthcare assistance that restores dignity and stability to struggling families.
We need to show love to the poor and the needy. I always feel like showing love to them. Whoever comes my way, I want you to feel my love, how it is. And as you are saying, I've been in their shoes before.
Over in the Eastern region, Michael Kolete advocates for students with disabilities while personally supporting young girls with sanitary supplies, helping them stay confident and focused on their education.
Putting our hope in them. Their parents are putting their hope in them. The teachers are putting their hope in them. And therefore, if they do anything contrary to catch up their education, they are going to disappoint not just themselves, their teachers, their parents, and even their community at large.
From the northern region, Hansawu Bukari is nurturing literacy through indigenous storytelling, sewing school uniforms, supplying learning materials, and improving classroom environments for hundreds of pupils.
Fund this from my side hustle. I am not able to cover much, and so sometimes I feel what message will I be sending to the other children, because usually at the end of the year or at the beginning of the year, you have so many children wanting to be in Madam Hansau's class.
Representing the Oti region, Awuno Elijah Wupe extends compassion beyond his profession, providing food, medication, and support to elderly community members while mentoring young people through leadership initiatives.
One of the ways God has helped me is having a supportive boss. For example, you want to embark on a project at OT, you need to seek permission. But if you don't have a supportive boss who understands what you are doing, they will not even grant you the opportunity. So I'm able to do it because, like I did mention, I have a supportive boss, and because there's a will, they also see the will, and then they say, okay, it's a good initiative, so let's give him some allowances to do that. Yeah.
In the Bono region, Hompe Anthony Kojo has restored access to clean drinking water in multiple communities while equipping schools with digital tools and supporting teacher development.
Initially, my aim was just to go and get experience and learn technical aspect. But when we get there, what we saw was really more than what we thought. We didn't know that the community were really suffering water that way. So there were so many boreholes that have been damaged in communities, and they can walk far distance to go and get water. So we decided to speed up our work and go to many of them and repair the water for them. So that was the passion and the zeal drove me to enter into this.
Back in the northern region, John in Bagrinam Kwabna has strengthened communities through classroom construction, healthcare infrastructure, library development, community centers, and water system restoration.
It's not easy serving your people, knowing very well that you are not getting any monetary gain from it. So they need to gather courage. They need to agree that they want to sacrifice for their people. They need to know that what they are doing, they are not doing it for just a doing sake, but it's something that will help them, help their children, and help their children's children. So that is why that is my message for the young ones.
And from the Greater Accra region, 14-year-old Ina Now Nandi is using spoken word and climate advocacy to inspire environmental responsibility, challenge social issues, and empower young people to become agents of change.
I wouldn't have reached anywhere by now. I would have given up. I promise you. Even this week, I had a lot of setbacks there, but I still had to go to God and get the courage to move on.
10 inspiring stories, 10 lives dedicated to service. Community legends proving that real change begins with one person willing to make a difference.
Community legends, celebrating every